And at first I went out on a few dates with Kathy. I didn't even know that your mom really liked me. A couple times she kissed George, I guess.
Sometimes she kissed George.
I think before she was with me, she kissed George a couple times.
Did he tell you this?
No, your mom did, I think, after the fact.
Yeah.
And
well, you kissed Kathy, so.
I went out with Kathy a few times.
Yeah.
Then y'all switched, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no,
No,
didn't
because
end up with
George.
Kathy. Thank goodness.
I think Mike Anton ended up with Kathy at some point.
Yeah,
Maybe it was.
I could see that.
It was a short-term relationship.
Yeah, I haven't seen Mike Anton in a while.
No.
Yeah. Wow.
But then it wasn't for a couple more years, and I didn't date your mom.
A couple years.
I mean,
Yeah.
after I went down there, I spent the first year we all lived at 125 Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second year I was down there, George and I lived together on the corner of, I forget the name of this, Wiggins.
That's right, you all roomed together, didn't you?
Yeah.
You and George did.
And then it was the year after that where I lived in old Mr. I can't remember that guy's name. He had a room on the back of his house, and that's when I was living by myself, and your mom and Brian and Sue and Kathy wanted to come down and watch a football game that weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't have any place to stay, so I told them they could all, sleep on the pallet on my floor and whatever, and my couch or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was like one big sleepover.
Mm-hmm.
Things we remember. Now, what do you remember about your childhood?
I remember a lot. I'm not that old. I don't know. I just always remember sports and family trips and just playing sports and going on family trips. I remember coming down here and riding on the tractor with Grandpa every time. That was a big. We would always want to go play in that creek back there, but you told us there were too many pesticides.
Was what?
There was like
Pesticides.
too many like chemicals and stuff
From
in
the
that
farm,
creek
probably.
from the farm.
Okay.
So you would always tell us not to go play back there, but then you'd send me down there with like cantaloupe rinds or stuff to put in the creek, and I would get in anyway.
Was it you that caught the big crayfish?
Yeah, that was down the road at school. In elementary school, we did this like science unit where they brought crayfish into our classroom, and so those really fascinated me. So then one summer we came down here, and me and the boys and Sydney, we went down the road to the creek underneath the road, and we just literally the first rock we lifted up, there was a big fat crayfish, and we brought it back to the house and put it in your bathtub. And I don't think you liked it very much,
I don't remember.
yeah, it lived in the bathtub and we fed it pieces of lettuce in there.
You took it home with you?
No, I think my parents made me let it go in the creek. Dad probably considered boiling it and eating it, but
He just said.
yeah, but I think we just let it go back down in the creek.
Mm.
But then you brought that crayfish home from school.
Yeah.
And I don't
and
know.
it had a million babies, and then it went to your classroom, and the tank leaked, and it died.
Yeah.
Yeah. It had a bunch of babies. 4 of them survived, and they were growing bigger, but then they all died when it dried out. That was a big crayfish that I brought home. I remember I refused to clean its tank, but it thrived in that dirty tank.
Oh, well, you remember, didn't you?
I don't know.
She's still living her childhood.
Yeah.
Hmm?
I'm still living my childhood. I don't know.
She's still in the middle of her childhood.
No. Young lady. How old are you?
17.
I'm married when I was 18.
So. Oh, I'm not getting married anytime soon, Grandma.
Okay.
Well, didn't I hear the story about Dad said something to Granddaddy? He went and asked Granddaddy if he could marry you, and Granddaddy told him he was getting
How spoiled I was or something, I forgot.
getting a doctor bill.
Yeah, he told Yeah, I was sick a lot when I, had tonsillitis.
Yeah.
And he told Grandpa, he said, well, you're getting a doctor bill. Because I was sick so much. He was warning him ahead of time.
He still asked. Though.
He couldn't complain then.
Yeah. He was warned.
Mm-mm. Yeah,
Yeah, I can't imagine what it would be like to finish your senior year of high school married and pregnant. You were pregnant, weren't you, with Don when you graduated?
Probably about 2 months pregnant,
Yeah.
something I don't remember.
Yeah.
Well, let's see, I graduated in June and he was born in November. So what was that?
Yeah.
Yeah. A couple months.
Kind of different than most teen pregnancies nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Y'all got a bed to sleep in,